So last year in 2022, the Nike Air Max 1 sneaker celebrated its 35th anniversary. And as part of that, Nike released a ton of new colorways as well as collaborations with Concepts and Travis Scott. So fast forward to Air Max Day 2023, and Nike decided to go way back into the archives with a retro of a sneaker that actually dropped in 1986 originally. And as a sneaker connoisseur and collector, this one was a must cop. Not just for the nostalgia, but just for what the sneaker represents in the culture and how groundbreaking it was at the time when it was released. Now I got my W on sneakers, really happy to have it in hand, and really happy to have it in the collection. So let's check it out. Hey, what's going on? Lukas here, back with another video. And today I'm checking out the Nike Air Max 1 86 OG, also known as the Big Bubble. Thanks for checking this video. If you're new to the channel and you like all kinds of content related to sneaker culture, please do subscribe and also hit the notification bell to be notified when I do drop new videos. And if you do enjoy today's video, please give it a thumbs up as it really helps the channel grow. And feel free to drop a comment in the section down below. Now today I'm checking out the sneaker that Nike dropped for Air Max Day 2023, which is a throwback to a sneaker that originally dropped in 1986. And that is the Nike Air Max 1 86 OG, also known as the Big Bubble. So this sneaker originally dropped on Air Max Day 2023, which was March 26th, for a retail price of £144.95 here in the UK, or $150 out in the US. Sneakers don't usually drop on Sundays, they're usually like Thursdays, Fridays or Saturdays. So for me this was the must cop for the week. I took L's over in the week, but for me this one was definitely the one that I had my eye on. So I woke up just for 8 o'clock Sunday, put in my size, waited, pending. Then I got the bottom screen and I was like, this is a major W for me, because getting a W on sneakers is hard enough, but for this release I thought it was even harder. Now, in hindsight, although effectively it did sell out, it is still available at even a size 14 on the Nike sneakers app at the moment. It's also available at other retailers, but more in the big sizes. I guess it's for a couple of reasons. One, because you know it's an Air Max 1, it's not the most hyped silhouette, but two, because obviously it's larger air bubble. Most people may not be feeling that and also may not be into the hype, but for me as a sneaker connoisseur and a collector, this one was a must cop and I'm really happy to have it in the collection. So the Air Max 1 sneaker originally came to market in 1987, which was 36 years ago this year. However, 1 year prior to that there was a prototype that was released which did in fact have 4 circular units in the air bubble as opposed to 3. Now, quite a few of these pairs were released to market, however, there was a recall by Nike because they were finding that the air bubble was effectively cracking in cold conditions and was just not reliable. So in the end, Nike decided to scrap that. And then 1 year later in 1987, they actually brought the Nike Air Max 1 sneaker out with 3 circles, because after extensive testing they found that this was a much more durable sneaker. And to this day, if you pick up a pair of Air Max 1s now, it will still have the 3 circles. So it's a sneaker that stood the test of time and is definitely one that's probably going to last for another 35 years in my opinion. But for Air Max Day 2023, Nike decided to go way back into the archives and re-release a retro from 1986 featuring the original 4 units. And obviously with the technology being way more advanced than in 1986, Nike spent about 3 years just bringing this to market, obviously for extensive testing to ensure there was no repeats of the problems they found with the original release. But fortunately Nike were able to overcome those, bring it to market, and I'm really happy to have it in the collection. So let's check it out. Yeah. So because of the special release, Nike decided to go all out on the packaging. So you have your kind of, you know, retro box where you've got kind of scuff marks to kind of represent that the sneaker's been around for, you know, 36 plus years. And so I think Nike's done a really good job with this packaging. You have a clear window on the top with the Nike swoosh cutout. I think it's quite an interesting touch. Then you turn to the side, you've then got 4 circles here to kind of give a preview of what you're going to see inside. I think it's quite fire. And then obviously you've got the red kind of faded elements here on the top and obviously on the side to kind of show that aged look. It's kind of a similar effect that you have with the Air Jordan 3 Reimagined box. So I think what Nike have done here is quite a nice touch. And on this side you've also got those 4 circles right there. So the size tag reads Nike Air Max 1 86 OG. The colourway is white university red. And it's my true size of UK 13, US 14. So pop the lid. Inside you just get some standard tissue paper. This is what you've seen with other Air Max 1s sneakers, so that's quite interesting. Peel that back. And here's the sneaker. So that's the Nike Air Max 1 OG 86, also known as the Big Bubble. So here we have the sneaker. So the first thing you notice is the 4 circles in the air unit, just cut into the midsole. Again, that's the main detail of the sneaker. Starting the outsole, so you've got your standard Air Max 1 outsole, but you've got some red at the top here, some black, and obviously white here, and then black at the bottom right here. And obviously then you've got Nike swoosh and AIR right there embossed into the outsole. Turn to the side, obviously the main detail is the air unit right here. Obviously you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 circles cut out, but then that's obviously in this all white midsole right here, and there's kind of plastic, so and you've got a couple of grooves here and a couple of cut-ins at the back right here just to give it a bit of style right there. Then come to the upper. So the upper is a combination of suede and mesh. So you've got this red suede that goes around the bottom and obviously around the toe box, and then that's then got colour blocked with the grey that you see right here, and again this is all suede. Again, feels nice to the touch. And then you have a suede Nike swoosh in red right here, so again I think that's a really nice detail. We come to the toe box, it's all mesh, so again obviously giving that breathability. The Air Max 1 is a lifestyle / running sneaker, so you want to have that breathability because obviously your foot may sweat because obviously the activity that you might be doing. Just on the end of the toe box you just got this other plastic element cutting in. That's what you see in most Air Max 1s as well. As we go up the sneaker, again you've got the suede paneling right here, and then you've got these standard old school laces. So these are kind of a throwback again to the sneakers originally from 1986. I think it's a nice little touch. Obviously you've got the eyelets cut in there, as you can see. Comes to the top, you've got 2 more eyelets here, and obviously you've got this red plastic element right here. As we go up the tongue, so it's a nylon tongue, and again in that white, and as you come to the top you've got this kind of red gradient, it's almost like pink that goes into the white, as you can see right there. And then you've got Nike swoosh and then Air Max in red writing, as you can see right there. So again, nice little detail. Because we go inside the sock liner, it's fabric inside, so again it's got some padding on the side right there, as you can see. If I just push that right there, you can see. And then one other cool detail is it actually is the size engraved on the top of the sock liner right there. So as you can see it says 14, because obviously US 14. Back of the tongue, you just got this kind of felt element right here, so again to give it that nice premium feel as it goes on top of your foot. I think that's quite a nice little touch. Within the sock liner you've got this fabric element right here at the back, and obviously that padding as I mentioned. And then on the back of the sneaker you've then got the Nike and the AIR in red writing, and that's embossed, as you can see right there on the sail background right there, as you can see. On top of the sock liner it's got this quite spongy element here, so again to give it that kind of comfort feel, so I think that's quite a nice little touch. Although Nike did take it back to 1986, they obviously want to make it, you know, adaptable for today's modern sneaker, so that's why you got that kind of padding and additional supportability right there, and I think that's quite a nice little detail. If we turn to the medial side, you can see again you've got the Nike swoosh here in red, and obviously there's that suede. The last detail is on the insole. You've got a red insole, then you've got the Nike Air in white writing right there, so I think it's quite a nice touch. So yeah, that's the sneaker. I think it's really nice. I think obviously the main element is the big bubble, and I think that's a really cool touch, and yeah, really have that in the collection. So we compare the Big Bubble to a standard Air Max 1. You can see the difference is very easy to spot. So you can see the air unit is way bigger on the Big Bubble than obviously compared to an Air Max 1. So I just wanted to show that. Incidentally, I did do a full review on the Concepts Air Max 1 Heavy. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go check that one out. So in terms of size, I went true to size, and I did it for all my Air Max 1s and majority of my Nike sneakers. As you can see, it does have quite a wide toe box. I have quite a wide foot, so that definitely works for me. Obviously with a narrow foot you may want to go down half a size, but for me true to size would be my recommendation. In terms of resale, so this is a sneaker that's very affordable. It's in fact in my size right now. Last sale was £145, so it's actually just over retail, and even because obviously you're going to pay with fees, you're going to pay about 160, I believe. So you know, it's not a sneaker that's going for a lot on the secondary market. And as I said, there are still pairs available for retail at some boutiques now. I'll leave links to that in the description if you want to go check those out. What do you think of the sneaker? Did you cop or did you pass? What do you think of the big bubble concept? Do you think it's just a gimmick, or do you think it's like a nice touch that Nike did? For me, it was a must cop, and I feel that, you know, we have that in the collection, and I only have a couple of Air Max sneakers in my collection, so to have this I think is a nice addition, and definitely happy to have that. As I've said, because the resale is not huge, it definitely could be a double up contender, and this definitely could be a sneaker to add to my summer rotation. But again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. So thanks for checking the video. If you did enjoy this content and would like to see more, please do subscribe, and also hit the notification bell to be notified when I do drop new videos. And if you did enjoy today's video, please give it a thumbs up, as it really helps the channel grow. And until next time, take it easy. I'll see you in the next video.